Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new Ramadan series cooking show. And today I'm going to show you. Gotta give love to the food. And what's going to happen now when I bake this in the oven is I finally have my Khobz Dar here, as you can see. I mean, wow, just look at the color. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to a new Ramadan series cooking show with Chef Shamge. Today we're making Khobz Dar, the bread of the house, the big king in the house. If you don't have Khobz Dar in your house, I don't know what you're doing. You need to try this recipe. I mean, who doesn't love the smell of newly baked bread in their home early morning? But this is perfect for iftar together with a soup, suhoor, maybe with some cheese on the side. I don't know, but still, you gotta try this. So this is a recipe from my mother-in-law, so it has an Algerian touch in itself. So come along, watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, leave a comment down below, and we'll take it from there. Milk, semolina, I'm going to use a whole package, 500 grams, salt, oil, black seeds, and sesame seeds. I've separated an egg, so here I have the yolk of the egg, and here I have the egg white, and then white wine vinegar. So I'm going to put the water inside my glass with yeast and sugar, and make sure that the water temperature is not too hot, because then you'll kill the yeast, and if it's too cold, nothing will happen. Then give it a good mix. Now I'll just cover my glass, and then I'll put it in a microwave oven. And the reason for this is because normally a microwave oven has a vacuum inside, so there's normally no air inside. And make sure not to put it on, just leave it inside there, let it grow, and then we'll be back. So I'm going to add a whole package of semolina. Now make sure you section up your semolina, so you can see here at the bottom I don't have anything, and then I've tried to divide it into two sections. So this one section and this is another section. I'm going to start off by pouring some oil here. And then I'm going to put a little bit more than a teaspoon of salt onto one side. And then I'm going to put the same amount on the other side, like that. Then I'll add my egg white into the oil mix. That's perfect. Now the next step is to start your baking machine, and I'll put it at number 2. And then we're just going to let it work here for a few minutes. So now I'll open it up, and make sure that when you're mixing all the ingredients that you don't put it at a high speed. The only thing you want to do is just to give it a good mix together. I've added the black seeds and the sesame seeds now, and then I'll close it again. Put it at speed number 2 and give it a mix. Now this will enable me to get all the seeds inside of the bread. See the yeast here now, it's really come alive, so it's almost dripping over now. So this is a good life hack that I recommend you to try. Now what I want to do is to add all of the yeast inside my mix. So we'll just pour it in straight. Wow, yeah, lovely. I love the smell of yeast. This is really a life hack if you don't have anywhere to put your yeast, or if you just want it to grow fast, depending on whatever you're baking. Maybe you're time pressured. I really recommend you to put it in the microwave and then just leave it there. I literally had mine inside for less than 10 minutes, and you could already see how it's grown. I'm going to close my baking machine now once again, and then I'll put it on number 3. So it gives a good mix. So once you see that the bread starts releasing from the sides when you're mixing it, then you know it's time to change our baking tool. So what I'm going to do now is to change from this to this, and make sure to read your instructions on what speed you can use with which tool. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to use a tablespoon. So what I'll do is I'll keep on adding milk a little bit at a time, and make sure that the bread mix soaks up all of the milk. So you don't need to add everything at once. Just keep on adding a little bit at a time, Then you'll see it gets soaked up. Then you can add in a little bit more. So this might take some time, but you know, good things take time. So be patient. So I'm going to add a little bit of the milk that is left. I think that's okay. And make sure that the milk you're using is warm milk. You really need it to be warm milk. Next step is to add the white wine vinegar. So I'll just add it in. That's perfect. I'm going to let it work for a few minutes before I add the rest of the milk. As you can see, as it keeps on working, the dough gets even more fastened. So don't worry. With time, it will get hardened and it will be perfect. I promise y'all. So you can see now, I told y'all, just give it a few minutes and the dough will stick in together like a hard ball. So use all the milk, use all the water. Don't think that it's too much. Now I've just shut off my baking machine. So what I'll do now is, we'll see. Oh, wow. It's so perfect that it just slid off perfectly. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil here. I think that's good. And I'm just going to mix it around my bowl. Now I'll take out the dough. And then I'll just give it a good mix in my hands so it gets a little bit of oil. Just work with it smoothly. Give it some good loving massage. Gotta give love to the food, otherwise it won't be nice. Cook without love, food won't be tasty. Skia. Now, you see, it's perfect. Tender, soft. A beer bread thing. We put it inside there, and then we're going to cover it. So I'll just cover my bread mix with plastic paper. And then I'll cover it as well with a cloth, like this, so it gets dark inside here. So it really gets warm and nice. And then I'm going to do the same procedure. So I'm going to put it in this special microwave oven where everything happens. So you'll see when I take it out, you'll have a bread that's ready. Don't start it, just leave it there for, we'll check after 30 minutes, we'll see. But it should grow, that's the thing. So check it every 30 minutes, maximum 1 hour. So it's grown in size and this is what you're looking for. So now I've taken the dough out and I've formed it into a round circle or to the shape that I prefer, and it's about 1 centimeter. So what I've done is I put the dough in the middle and then I just pressed it out into a round shape. And what's going to happen now when I bake this in the oven is the dough is going to grow and the bread is going to be a lot bigger than it is right now. So if you want a square, you can do it into a square. It's up to you. So now we're going to cover it for 5 minutes and then we'll put it in the oven. So now we're going to just use a fork and make sure that we give it some holes, just to make sure that we let some air in, or also just if you want to give it a nice shape. So here I have an egg yolk. So I'm going to pencil the egg yolk on top of the bread. So now I'm going to add a little bit more of black seeds on top, and we already have some black seeds inside the bread, but this is just to give it a nice color, give it a nice decor on top. And now I'm going to add some sesame seeds. We're going to put it in at over and under heat at 200 degrees Celsius. And we're going to put it quite at the bottom and then just wait for about 25 minutes. Okay, the bread's been in for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to let it rest for a while. So I'm going to slice the bread open into a section of 4 pieces, and here you can see the bread. It's really juicy, fluffy, smells amazing, super sweet. I mean, you gotta try this out. I finally have my Khobz Dar here, as you can see. I mean, wow, just look at the color, the black seed, the sesame seeds on top of it. I mean, and the smell, it smells amazing. I gotta give this Khobz Dar a try, so Bismillah. Wow, amazing, perfect. Ooh, you couldn't buy any bread from the store that would taste like this Khobz Dar. Shout out mother-in-law. That's why this is a top bread. That's why I love this bread. If you don't try it out, you're missing something. So leave a comment down below. Have you tried Khobz Dar before? Do you have any other touch on how to make this Khobz Dar? Let me know. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you want to see more. And I'll see you again in the next video. So for now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And don't forget to smile because it's sunnah.